Yo, where the cake at?
Where is
Chef
it?
Matt, you gotta make that.
Take that, take that.
Yeah, what's up
With the big man.
Cooking something better, no fake crap.
All right, guys, we're doing something a little different today. It's a African peanut butter soup. I know it sounds like peanut butter soup, that's weird. I guarantee you this is like the most comforting, delicious food that you're gonna wanna make. What we got in it is onions, garlic, ginger, sweet potato, kale, a little bit of avocado oil for searing. I use bone broth because you guys know I like that, and crunchy peanut butter, peanuts, tomato paste. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so obviously we're gonna start with dicing a big onion. All right, so let's do it. So we got the onions chopped, and now I'm gonna chop up the garlic, maybe like a fine chop. All right, we got our garlic, we got our onions, and now we're gonna put some ginger. So I would say about 2 tablespoons of finely chopped ginger. So I'd probably say like half of that knob. All right, let's peel it, let's chop it. All right, so with the sweet potato, we're gonna peel them and then just roughly dice them. You need like 2.5. So here you go.
Sweet potatoes are high in beta carotene, especially the orange ones, which is good for vitamin A. Yams have more potassium and fiber, but less vitamin A.
My nutritionist over here.
I know, right? Now I'm like a genius.
He's not my cameraman, he's also a nutritionist and an expert researcher. All right, guys, I've magically chopped up everything here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this over, start searing it, take the kale off the stems, chop that up really quickly, and throw it right in the bowl and sear everything together. Kind of get the aromatics going and kind of add everything else after that. All right, let's get going, let's get started. All right, so we're gonna start with about 3 tablespoons of avocado oil. Let's get this pan on high. All right, we'll get this going if I can find the right, there it is, hey. Get that going on high, get this oil nice and hot, and we'll start adding stuff to it. Let's get back to it. We're gonna put the onions, the ginger, garlic, and sweet potato in. Let's get some aromas going here. That's what you wanna hear. Get this going. It's gonna smell delicious soon. The garlic and ginger, it's a beautiful thing. All right, so we got that going. As that's going, I'm gonna start cleaning the kale. All right, so you want to try to get them off the stem. Remove the stem. You can have a little stem, but it will cook, it'll be fine, but I like to take them off the stem. I think kale works really well in this because it kind of keeps its form more so than like spinach. Spinach will turn like a darker color. Kale will stay nice and green, so that's why I think kale is the winner for this. I know it looks like a lot too. You just get like one bunch, but after you chop it and cut it down and it sears off, it kind of shrinks kind of like a spinach. Not as much, but kind of the similar way. Let me mix this up. Are you guys curious about the taste of this soup or what?
I'm super curious.
All right, so we got our kale chopped up. We're gonna bring it over. Pop it in. Nice. Cam in the back. All right, let's have some fun with it. A little bit of kale, or a lot of bit of kale. Again, this cooks down, so don't get crazy. Don't be like, oh no, it's too much kale. No, you'll be fine. Greens are not bad for you. You gotta have a little green, all right? This is good to sneak it in if your kids don't eat greens either. Make them have the soup. Hey, it's peanut butter soup, kids. Yeah, have some kale. It's a beautiful looking soup already. So we're gonna cook this down. You can smell it. I mean, I wish you guys were here. You could smell this, right? It just smells like garlic and ginger and onion.
Smells good.
It smells so good. And that's what you want. You want out of a soup, you know, your root vegetables, you know, something high in vitamin K basically, which is kale or spinach. And that's it. We'll let this cook down a little bit. You know, where you can stare at me, whatever makes you happy. Smells nice, right?
Yeah, it does. Any seasoning?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in salt and pepper. That's kind of it though. Because the ginger and the garlic and the sweet potato and the peanut butter is so different all together. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper, about 2 tablespoons. Right, season that up. Give that a nice mix. As you can see, they're all cooking down beautifully. Now that's seasoned, right? We'll do about, I want to say, 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 big tablespoons. I'm gonna mix that in. There we go. See the coloring in there? I know I'm using my finger, but I promise they're clean. You're not eating it anyway, so you do what you want at home. And then, what's that?
Nice color.
Nice color, right? Thanks, Brad.
Welcome.
And I like using bone broth for the protein reasons, right? That I think I've explained to you guys before. This is a nice organic one that I found in the store. And this goes right in. And it's literally this simple. You just pop the broth in. I use 2 cartons, which is 4 pounds of broth. All right, get the broth going. And then, now that the broth is in, get your peanut butter. So, when you get peanut butter, make sure the ingredients are peanuts, and maybe this one has a little salt too. So the 2 ingredients are dry peanuts and salt. Try to use a peanut butter like that if you can find it. But I like chunky as well because I actually like to have like little chunks of peanut in there as well.
You did explain the peanut butter thing in the grocery episode.
Oh, I did the grocery episode. I explained the peanut butter thing. Thank you, Brad. So if you guys want to check that out, kind of teaches you how to shop as well. All right, so I would do maybe half of this container even of the peanut butter, which is, what do we got here? A pound. So half a pound of peanut butter I would use. And this is chunky. So I know it looks weird right now because it's kind of like floating around, but once it starts like simmering and boiling, that will kind of, you know, emulsify into the soup, and I'll blend it up even, and we'll get this going. You guys are gonna love this. I promise you. Wait till you see Brad and Cam eat it. They're gonna be like, "That's interesting and incredibly good." One thing I forgot to tell you guys, which I like to put in, is I like to add a little honey to the soup, probably like 2 tablespoons. It just kind of gives it like a little sweetness. It's delicious. Just do it. Just listen to what I say. Mm-hmm. A little honey. There we go. Bam! Honey bear. Alright guys, so we got everything in the pot. We've been simmering it for about 20 minutes or so. You want the sweet potato to get nice and soft, obviously. Everything kind of marry itself. So I'm going to take this off the heat. And we're going to blend it up with the immersion blender. Alright. Pop this guy in and then go to town. It's so easy. So you can make this as thick and chunky as you want. If you want it to be as smooth as possible, you let it keep going. I like it a little chunky, so I'll kind of, you know, keep some chunks in there. Get this going. Get like a spa day too. I feel like my face is getting a beautiful, aroma. As you can see, it's like nice and smooth now, silky. What I'll probably do from here is I'll probably throw it back on the heat, maybe thicken it up a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm going to bring this back over to the stove, put it on a simmer for about 5 minutes, just kind of get a little thicker, and maybe add what we need to as far as like tasting it, and we'll see what's going on. And then we'll let Brad and Cam taste it, and I'll let you know how delicious this is. Okay, so I thickened it for like 3 to 5 minutes. It's ready to go off the heat. I'm gonna make a nice bowl for my camera guys here,
Yes.
and we're gonna taste it. We'll be right back. Nice, look at that. All right, I'm gonna chop up some peanuts to garnish the top, and then my guys are gonna tell you guys how delicious this is. Let's do it.
All right, look at this. Beautiful. Let's give it a try.
Let's do it.
Some peanuts, and let's see it. That's good.
Pretty good, right?
I'm like trying to figure out what I'm tasting here.
They're gonna be like, that's interesting and incredibly good.
It's just pure deliciousness.
Thanks,
Love it.
man.
Thanks, man. You did it again.
Appreciate it,
Chef
brother.
man.
Thanks, bud.
Give this guy a call. Make food for you right at your house.
Oh, don't ever forget. You gotta eat right. You gotta keep moving. The motto. Don't forget it. Keep doing it.
Look, all it started like this. Then all of a sudden we made this dish. And it was delish. It was so yummy you couldn't take it from